Hello, everyone. Welcome. We are going to get another Kaldheim draft in here before it is taken over by Strixhaven coming up. Everybody's super excited about Strixhaven, and I am too. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on a new set, but I am also enjoying Kaldheim as a more experienced Kaldheim drafter. This is a format that was really rough on me early on. I had a hard time parsing all the cards, even as a fairly experienced player, and now it's kind of boiled down. And I think Luis and Marshall observed pretty correctly that while there's complexity in the set, as limited players, we've kind of learned that it's boiled down to: are you aggro? Are you fun police, or are you fun? That, snow days, fun in the snow, or police the fun. That's kind of what the choices are here. But given that, I have really appreciated the balance of that format. In a sense, there, at least there's some fun police here. Like Dominaria is another favorite of mine that's in a similar play space, except Dominaria doesn't quite have as quality of fun police. So it's interesting to see good long game decks face good aggro decks and see who comes out on top. If you want to come out on top on your kitchen table, you're going to reach out to my sponsor, cardkingdom.com, and see what they've got to offer for you. If you do that via my affiliate links, they're going to know you got there from here. It'll help keep me on the air when you do business with them. And when you do business with them, you'll understand why I pitch them as my sponsor. I do because I use them. I buy from them more than any other card seller. And I sell to them way more than any other card seller. Like I don't bother with others. I have it good. Not only do I know that Card Kingdom gives the best buy prices in the industry, they're also 5 minutes away from me, brick and mortar. So I get to fill out, get my sell orders and just take them down. So I don't even have the shipping costs. But really, if you're even across the country, across the world, the shipping costs are probably going to be worth it. You have to do some math because there may be, it depends on what you're selling, but I would bet that even, especially if you have to ship somewhere else anyway, but even probably like what someone would give you locally versus what Card Kingdom will give you shipped is probably still best to ship it to CK if you can take the time to do that. They just give the best buy prices, and cards are hot right now. Everybody's gearing up to play paper live again as the world vaccinates and emerges from this pandemic. And if you want to make sure that you are ready for your first live FNM, whether it's going to be standard, modern, whatever, check it out. Go get some paper cards for yourself and return to the stores. It's really, yeah, I've said I sell a little on the side, and I've seen sales spike on my side with very little change in inventory. It's just people are interested in acquiring paper cards right now. So acquire them from Card Kingdom, help keep me on the air. That would be sweet. Keep going, gems. Why not? I'm over. And also, I've already started here, but really, given Kaldheim, maybe I should have bailed off of this account and opened my side account. I'll at least mention that as a reminder that we're 4x'd on Kaldheim rares, not on mythics. So maybe we can get some mythics, but we're most likely going to be opening some gem cards in our prize packs. And once I get to that point where my prize packs are mostly gem cards, and I have the mythic wild cards to get mythics if I need them for decks, that's when I tend to start drafting that set on side accounts, and I just play standard or historic on my main account and build up gold during the wait for the next set. That just lets you save up gold and spend it on the next set instead of spending gold now on a set you've already maxed out. Table is ready. We got one person who's not, though, so we'll see if they get on board here. I'm gonna adjust this info while we're waiting. All right, here's our draft. We've got a War Master, pretty good starting with a War Master. It's busto if you can get it on 2 and they don't kill it right away and you've got any kind of elf density. And really, there's not much competing with it. The cards I like best, well, Clarion Spirit, sorry, is. I mean, these. I didn't see the Spirit for a second. Spirit and War Master are actually interesting. I think they're basically, they're very similar. This makes flyers, but is a little bit harder to get to work. You need to do the 2-spell thing. This makes elves, but it's pretty easy. You just need elf token. When one of our other elves enter the battlefield under your control, once each turn. Okay, I was like what's the cap? I think I'll take the rare. I like green, but Clarion Spirit, yeah, that's true. I might just be enamored with the rareness, but I do like this card. But if you took the Clarion Spirit there, I don't blame you at all. It might be better than the War Master. You could even look. We could look up on 17 lands potentially. Now this is interesting follow up. Given that we started on the War Master, what about just following with Maya here? We've got Behold the Multiverse. You could always be holding, and that would be understandable. A Sculptor of Winter follows nicely here as an elf and a powerful effect if we can get some snowlands. But I'm willing to spec on the Maya here, given that we're trying to go wide with the War Master anyway. Go wide here as well, and see what we can do to support the go wide. I'll be curious to see if this Story Seeker wheels. Yeah, elves are much better in black. It's totally true, but this is maybe we don't play both of these or something, but I just think I'm willing to take this here as my bottom line. We could take Draugr's Helm if you really wanted to do stay towards black for the War Master. But yeah, you can get away with this without even dipping too much into the black. Interesting here, we can go Rimewood Falls and hedge towards some green snow. We got Maya has been present in many of my multicolor base green decks. Valkyrie, though. Yeah, I'm kind of off Shadow, even though it kind of plays well here. Really, I'm on Valkyrie versus Snowland Hedge. Sword is interesting, but I'd rather just have the Valkyrie itself than the sword right now. But this is very interesting given this start. Not Valk. Yeah, this is a pretty strong snow signal, but I'm willing, with the Maya, I'm willing to take this. Now we're kind of almost have to make a choice. Like, we take the Seeker and continue down this path. We could take the Snow Island and potentially bank into green-blue snow base. But I guess since we took the Valk here, I'm willing to take the Story Seeker. We're really kind of did a pass cut with that Clarion Spirit. And really, if I had known that Maya was coming and that we were going to go Maya, Valkyrie, Story Seeker, I would simply take the Clarion Spirit out of the first pack. We would be much better off with Clarion Spirit over War Master with this particular start. Not that this is a bad one, it's just that this is, as pointed out, less amazing in white-green as it is in white-black, but we have some things to do here. Now we got a Rune of Sustenance versus this Sculptor that has nothing to sculpt yet. Yeah, I kind of am on the Rune here. We don't have... Let's go Rune. We're also in Best of One, where the Fun Police are rampant, so we may get into aggro battles. We got another Snowy Signal. But check out this Behold. We can take the Behold here over very little for what we're up to, like almost nothing. So really the question is, do we want to spec on a land that casts nothing in our pile yet, or this Behold with War Master with base green? Maybe we end up beholding. Haj likes the Ox. I've not... Why do you like the Ox, Haj? Yeah. Boo. I don't like that plan. I'm going to take Behold out of principle and then see where we end up from here. Jamulet. interesting late blue that I gotta listen to here, right? This is a Behold into an Amulet. I mean, there's an Ice Tunnel as well. But we'll take the Amulet. There's nothing really for the green blue, the green white anyway. Yeah, green seems very not open. Blue seems very open. Blue green or blue white, not really something I've drafted much. But yeah, Maya could be splashed and War Master could be abandoned. But right now, we have to be aware that there's been no green passed to us. We went War Master pick 1, Maya pick 2, and no green has come along to say, follow me down, right? So Iron Verdict for the white that we certainly want to play, but the blue has been open. I'm just going to take Raven. Verdict is fine-ish, but Raven feels better. Warhorn Blast, if we splash the Maya or find ourselves a Clarion Spirit in the later packs, that could be good. We also have Wings of the Cosmos and Helm. Don't seem to be super near red right now. We think there might be a chance of green. We can... yeah, exactly. Like this is a shock, but there's not been other good red, so I'm not liking it. I think I'm on Wings or Warhorn, and we have just enough go wide that I'm going to take the Warhorn. I don't particularly love either of those cards, but that's the one I'm going to take. Valor of the Worthy versus Snow-Covered Plains. I'm actually going to take the Snow-Covered Plains. I try not to... I mean, this has a place in the format, but it... if we're leaning into blue, I really am wanting to secure a couple of snow lands for the Burgies we might end up with. Rob likes the Valor. I'm like, whatever. I'll take a Valor later if it comes our way. That's fine. But I'm glad, you know, we seem to be listening here, so we can maybe get some. I mean, this counterspell's fine. Thought Thief and the grudgingly playable winner from Luis and Marshall, totally agree. Cartful Harbinger, though, the kind of the blue-white plan is somewhat foretelly. So I think I'm going to take the Harbinger on that idea. And we see a bind here. This is interesting that's still here, but the double black does very little to stop aggro. I don't know. It is a 1/3. You seen there's a lot of 2/1s running around, so I would disagree. And then Nico Defies. This is kind of why I took it. Like, this is the sub theme of what this color pair is doing, so we could end up getting some foretelling going. That's why I took this. Like, that we can. And something like this is why I took this, and why we're going to try and wheel that. Goldvein Pick would be nice. I'd take a Wheeled Raven, Guardian, Braggart, or Thought Thief, but Pillar first here. Pablo, what elf deck could have been? Did you see pack 1? Name the awesome green card that we passed. Like, there was never... We got slammed out of this lane. Just slammed out of that lane. So, and Icebind Pillar probably better than this anyway, so I'm fine. This is good. I'm not taking the pick here. Icebind Pillar is too good, and we're going to have our chance to get some snow to make it work. Hey, remember that Clarion Spirit I promised we'd get? Yeah, we're taking Clarion Spirit here. Augury Raven, good. Snow-Covered Plains should come around. Have a couple of plains we've passed already. Hope they come back for us. So, taking the Clarion Spirit. Oh yeah, I hope we get a pick at some point. And here's that Raptor you're looking for. Story Seeker maybe would come around. We'll see. These have been going up as people 17 lands it a bit. Really, I'm surprised your Imaginary Boros deck is insane too, because we also did not see much red. I don't remember seeing any significant red. Raven. Another Nico Defies Destiny. We're going to try and wheel that. We can take a Valkyrie's Sword here. Or a Raven. Maybe Raven. Maybe just keep taking the foretellable stuff. Given that we have a Nico Defies Destiny, we might wheel another one. Hunter likes the sword. That's where I'm at. I'm on sword versus Raven. But given our foretell synergies, I'm going to go ahead and Raven it. I don't blame you for the sword, though, Hunter. Here's the Burgie I wanted to have snow for, and I am going to take it. I think sword is better in a vacuum, yes, but I have a Nico Defies Destiny, a Harbinger, and a blue-white deck. So that affects things for me. I think Sinkhole, this is kind of an enter the battlefield tapped plains for us right now, but maybe we'll find black to splash. The only cost here is a Kinseeker's and a Thought Thief, so it's worth taking on the in terms of opportunity cost, but right now it's worse than a Snow Plains. Pilfering Hawk, if we get the snow, could be, quote, playable, but I don't think it's ever going to be very good in this deck, although if we get a lot of equipment, we might just like have it, you know, a density of flyers can just sometimes get there. And our only other option is like taking a snow-covered mountain or this Ox on spec. Yeah, we could take, maybe Ox is better here. I guess as a 2-drop, if you're trying to win through the air, Ox might be better than Hawk. But hopefully our deck ends up with enough quality that we don't play it. Harbinger, basically on plan. We could also just take gems. It's not a priority for us. If you are up against it on gems, though, if you're often running out, this is the type of place where you should absolutely take gems. But we can take a Harbinger. There's even a Mists, but I'm hoping, I really don't want to rely on Mists. I mean, you can. I'm gonna go with the Harbinger in case we can really get the foretelling going. Like, I'm gonna take this foreteller here. Although there is the plains that I was hoping would come back around, came back. I guess I need the plains. We only have the 2 snowlands, and I really want Bergstrider and Pillar to do something. So we'll take the plains, but I am looking to pick up late Guardians and throw them in a foretell-ish deck. Yeah, and I'll take the other one coming as well. Or we can take the Raven. Given that we took this one, we could justify a Raven. In fact, I think I will. We can probably pick up another. Nobody's going to want these plains. Planning or Invoke. I don't want to run this main, although you could do worse, but I'll take a Planning and hope not to run that. In a foretell-based deck, having to run a strategic planning would be quite a blow. Nothing real. Well, I guess we could Scald it. We have Nico Defies Destiny. Looks like we did not wheel the other one, but that's okay. This isn't that important to what we're up to anyway. It's fine, but hey, look, we're talking about splashing black with our Sinkhole. We could do that, but it's only, you may cast spell snow sources. Let's see, if a non-token creature an opponent controls would die, exile it with an ice counter on it. Instead, you may cast spells from among cards exile with ice counters. So if we have natural non-snow lands in the right colors, we can cast it. But if we want to cast it with, you know, anything, we got to use snow mana. Yeah, our removal is, but you don't, I'm not picking, yeah, I don't think we necessarily take this, but I got 5 seconds here. Maybe another Behold. Let's take another Behold. Always Beholden is fine, given that we are, in fact, trying to be a foretellish type of deck. Happy to take a Seeker here. Raptor is an interesting choice, too, and totally valid. Onslaught can win some games up in the air. Just turning one of these Ravens into 8 damage out of nowhere could just suddenly win a game. So I think we take that. We could also take the Pathway to help Cat splash a Maya. I don't think we... Packmate's great, but... We're not really green, Rob. I'm going to stick to the... I'm going to take the Onslaught. I know it's tempting to want to splash the Maya, but I think we're going to be better off just sticking to the plan here. And Mistwalker fine here. Snow Island to up our snow count a little bit. Valkyrie, also the option, the other option. We got a pretty good Air Force going, so I'm going to take the land. Well, we saw that blue was open and banked into it, and now we even have the Ravens warning. This could actually be the deck for it. I mean, we're gonna actually do the thing. Behold number 3. Let's try the rare. Like, I never get a chance to play this because I'm never in blue-white. Here we are. We're doing it. We'll do that thing. I'll take another Raven. Why not? Let's do all the Ravens. We can do Arcanist. We do have the double Behold. Do we have double anything else? We don't have double anything else. I'll take it since I don't like the Stroke or the Depart very much here in Best of 1, but I don't think it's great for us. And now we got to decide on Mistwalker, Story Seeker, or Medium Removal. We don't have much of it, so maybe we do need to take a Gambit, but we can also just say this, we're not trying to remove here, we're just trying to fly above, right? Let's just do the Air Force, make them stop our air attack. That's kind of just the plan. Rob likes the Seeker. The Seeker is pretty good. We have 2 of them down low, though. Not going to splash Agar, but that's tough to see in some ways. We could take Scaldi. Intruder, maybe not the worst here. You say Yeti is nice. Yeti does not have a job in this deck. Yeti's job is to break a stall and win through a board stall, but we're Skies. That shouldn't happen to us. We'll just take Vault Progress here. I'm not playing probably either of these either, but I guess I'll take Wings as interaction. Now we have a bind is good too. We have a couple of binds, couple of boxes. We only got some cuts. You like the Invoke for the sideboard? That's fair because I didn't do too much planning for chapter 3 here, but we can see. So again, just not going to do the green at all main deck. Yeah, we don't need 2 Master Scalds if we need even 1, but we can keep 1, I suppose, with the double Sagas to get back. All right. Let's do this. Basically 9 cuts because we can do 16 land in this deck. Pack 1, pick 1. Is not in the deck. It was the Elf Lord. And boy, if we could get second Clarion Spirit, not only would it just make this deck better, it might have kept somebody else in the draft off of white, and this might actually be an insane deck. We got enough. 1, 2, 3, 4 Snowlands, which is enough, in my opinion, to splash an Icebind Pillar. It becomes a splash, right? Yeah, we probably don't need the Oxen because we're doing the Harbingers, which are more on plan. Like, if we weren't doing the Foretell thing, I would rather have Oxen than Harbingers, but Harbingers are... The only thing we have for Frostpire is the Beholds, and it's probably not worth it. Draugr Thought Thief can go as medium and unnecessary. Wings, I'm going to let go of here. Warhorn Blast, we're going to let go of here. Foretelling, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Foretell. Oh yeah, 9. Sorry, 9. We could bring back in Blast and have 10. I'm tempted. Rune, even though it doesn't have the equipment you want to get it going. Yeah, we can cut Master Scald. I'm down with that. We can just have that be a Saga thing. That we get the Raven's Warning itself gets back the Scald, right? Or it gets the Scald to cast this again. Doesn't mean we don't have it naturally in the deck to get like the Defies Destiny back, but I think we run this. But yeah, we could cut the Rune. Oh, that's true. It is nice with the Spirit. It's just nice with flyers. Like, if you're in a race and you throw this on a Raven, having a 3/3 lifelinker just is real good. Feels good. Yeah, and this probably doesn't do much on the return trip. You're right. Kind of the point of it is to empty your Foretelling. Yeah, it is good on the Amulet. Usually you want this on, you want more equipment. But really, it's just about the fact that this is, it does enough other stuff even without it. Yeah, we can keep the Rune, but we got to find some. We could, I want to keep our Foretelling. What's our current count? 15. Yeah. This Raptor is not getting very augmented, it's true. It doesn't have much to get bigger with. But we are kind of just going, maybe it's me. I want to keep the Sot coming on the Foretell plan, but it's a good point about the Raptor. It might not be the flyer that's doing enough. Good call, Hunter. I agree. So now we got our 42. We can go to 1. We can cut a land here. This is 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 8, 8. And now I really don't want to cut any more of these creatures. So Onslaught, we don't have a lot of interaction, and turning flyers, like my point was Augury Raven under Onslaught becomes 8 damage out of nowhere. And I'm clinging to this. It does. I suppose I could let it go. It's like, look, we're actually in it. We're in the color pair. We have a density of the thing. That being said, what is it really doing? Not much. Like, if this were Vega, that would be sweet, but this probably isn't that important. You're right, Hunter. It's just I want to do it because I can't, because it actually has legitimate tools, but we need to cut something, and it's probably you're right, that even though it's on theme, it's like the worst thing, which is kind of kind of says this swung and missed. The Vega, the I forget what it's called exactly, but the same casting cost for the 2/2, that's a good payoff for the whole Foretell thing, because you draw extra cards out of it, right? And it attacks as a flyer. But you're right, this is a little bit of a letdown, and probably means that design really swung and missed on this. Maybe they thought of it as a constructed card, less so than a limited card. But you want these to be signpost uncommon-y, and when your signpost uncommons let you down, it feels bad. But that being said, good, we got our last cut. We have a reasonable deck. We are gonna say something about the Ravens, although there's no Raven forms, so we're gonna call this formless. I'll put the Augury Raven as the Everfour is good. I like that. All right, I have to upgrade to that. Formless also good. We'll call it that though. Let's see. I don't have my rewards up to see what other people have redeemed, if anything. Any bling redemptions? Finding out soon. Nope. So I will pick something. 5 plains and 7 islands. Yeah, I'll do sleeves too. Let's see. How about good old Soul Ring? Soul Ring is the first card I identified as broken. My first week playing Magic. It's like, I want 4 of those. No, Ryan, you can't have 4 of those. Oh, Queenbot sleeves? Where did I accidentally redeem it? Oh, you just did it now. Cool. We'll do that. Lotus. These are the prize sleeves. Every time I select this sleeve, I remember getting 6-1 whooped by chat. Now let's get these lands, and Elvish Warmaster was our first pick, and then green snap dried up. Like, it just was not there at all. Let's go with Nouveau Full Art. Got you just in time, Queen. You're on time today. All right. Free memes? No. That did the stream hitch for you just there? I'm just curious. It hitched on my side as my computer went fan on me, but I don't know if you saw anything. Just curious. All right. Yeah, huh. I wonder if I've got, maybe I need to close some stuff. Probably have some stuff open that I don't need, but. Close some stuff. All right, let's jump in. Do a par poll while I adjust the format. Couple of 4s, couple of 3s. People feeling like a 4-win. Anybody wants to buy me a new GPU, go for it. But I just bought a new plumbing system, so. Well, after a hard-fought battle, it ended in a draw. No problems with the plumbing, as there should not be. Boy, if there were additional problems with the plumbing, I would be a very angry person. No, you don't get insurance. Your homeowner's insurance does not cover sewer pipes. It just never does. All right. A little bit land heavy, but we'll keep. We have our Snow Splash, and we have both colors, and we have Harbinger into foretelling and stuff, so it's a keep. So on turn 4, we can foretell 2 things. Or turn 3, sorry. We just have to decide, well, yeah, that's going to work out okay if our Harbinger lives. And this is where, I don't know, is it Fenor? Someone was saying Harbinger doesn't do anything to stop aggro, and I'm like, I don't know. And it's not perfect, but there's a lot of 2/1s. Now, if they equip up, that can be a big problem, but at a baseline, it does stop a lot of aggro. In this case, what do we want to foretell? We don't even have to foretell 2 things. We could go Harbinger and foretell 1 thing, and then continue to have a defense against the shield mate. I think we'll do that. We can go Harbinger and foretell a Raven. If we were not against aggro, I think I would have just double foretold, but having the second Harbinger out is going to let us do more foretelling and casting of foretold stuff while defending against the shield mate. Yeah, but, I mean, that doesn't happen every time, right? I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I think it matches up okay. Matches up fine. So now we have 5 total mana. Only 1 of it blue for... Wait, the instants and sorceries. Okay, good. So we can use the blue here for Saw It Coming. So I kind of like foretelling. We could even play a Story Seeker. Yeah, if we play Story Seeker, hold up Saw It Coming... especially given that they're going to go get presumably a good piece of equipment that will get cheaper with the Courser. So I think countering the equipment so that our Harbingers continue to be good against... Yeah, we do have double foretell. If we wanted to, we could double foretell. But we just know there's going to be this equipment coming up. So as much as I would love to double foretell here, given our capability to do so, I'm going to hold the counterspell. I mean, this is one of the reasons this is not the best, is that we have the opportunity to see it coming and do something about it. That was no pun intended, I swear. But indeed, we saw it coming. Interesting offer. I mean, I guess we'll take Cole here. Let's not get too hasty. Probably start with a Raven and then rune it. Let's rune this Raven to draw a card, and then we can foretell the other one with our Harbingers. I have a feeling this Raven's gonna die, but I liked the window we had there. Huh, maybe not. Well, it dies if we send it into this pair. Do we want to? I mean, maybe that's fine. We just follow with 2 flyers and end up with... They only have a raptor over here. Maybe... I think that's... We can't wait around for them to out-air us or whatever. So yeah, I'm going to send in the Raven. The Rune has the opportunity to be much better than it is going to be in this game. Oh, that's an interesting take as well. Okay. I'm down for that. We get this Raven, and I could sandbag an island and represent, but I'm just going to go ahead and play this in hard cast. That's fine. New sealed arena open in May, says Pablo. Good news. A little bit floody for this deck, especially given both Harbingers, but can't complain too much. We have the air right now. Depending on what this card is, everything here is at least a trade. They could trade off Courser for Valk, and that's fine, but we're just going to keep swinging in the air. That's been the plan of this whole deck as we drafted it anyway. So, my instinct is to take out the Courser, but there's an argument for the Raptor, given that if it is augmented with 2 power, it holds off our entire team, whereas this augmented with power still is a trade. But I'm going to go with the biggest thing, assuming they don't have anything right now, and assuming that having 2 flyers left over is going to be a quick enough clock that we should go with the biggest one. Now I'll sandbag this land. I don't think we have any looting, unfortunately, but even if we get a Behold, we should be fine for casting stuff. Although that Behold is a reason to play the lands out. You know, when you have card draw, play your lands. So I'm ignoring that heuristic and maybe should rethink. This is not a bad situation for us, given that we're flooding a bit. I mean, we're up 4 lands to our many. Here you get, now you get the meme. Oh, here comes the flood. But the lifelink has given us a cushion to try and withstand potential go-wide aggro. But a Warhorn Blast is a concern. But we're just going to keep blocking with Harbingers. These 2 ones without equipment are lacking. So they're suggesting they don't have anything but a chump to prevent dying. We're gonna keep... Okay, they're just giving it up. Interesting. I mean, if they had Warhorn Blast, they should have played to that out, right? I mean, I think there was a possible Warhorn Blast win if we kept flooding. But maybe they just didn't have that card. Or didn't care to give themselves a chance to draw it. We can keep this. What we play on 2 depends on how we draw from here and what Oppo shows us. But I'm going to start on an island. What do you like if we don't get any good info from Oppo? I tend to want to start with my rampers. In this case, we would need a land, and then what do we get out of it? If we get a land, we get to foretell the Raven and play a Story Seeker. I'm going to go ahead and play my ramp and hope we draw a land. And if we don't, we can decide probably decide what to do. Probably just play a Story Seeker if we don't draw a land, so that when we do draw a land, we have the option to foretell with the Harbinger. All right, no land for us, but we do have, we could foretell, but if we foretell, we tap our ability, you know, we tap the thing that could get the benefit. We could, however, we could bind and then foretell using the rest of our mana. That kind of uses all of our mana, and when we're facing some, I mean, the thing is, it seems like a bad choice though, because like Harbinger answers the Raider without, so it's kind of using it because we can, not because we need it to control this situation. So I changed my mind. I'm going to just play Story Seeker and hold and see if we can't find some land from here. And see if Oppo produces equipment, in which case we at least threaten a double block here. Nerfing best of one sideboarding is super interesting. We'll take this trade. Trading for their 3-drop while gaining some life against an aggressive opponent is fine. Well, now I just like foretell Raven and keep the Harbinger up. We still represent a block on the Raider, and we can still cast Raven next turn, even if we don't draw another land. But it's weird to not be using my Harbinger for foretell mana, given how we're choked on mana. Can't block that. Show off Oppo with all your stinking land like it's no big deal. Just land, land, land. Well, we're going to make a Raven and try and block, I suppose. And Harbinger's not going to block, so sure, we'll swing. Lindy coming. Well, not right now, but when this dies. This is we're going to bind this. It's going to hurt, but don't have Snowland yet for the pillar, and we don't want this to die. So I like bind, foretell, and attack. Yeah, but I don't want it to die. We kill this and we face a Lindy. Well, I want to use one piece of removal and have it be a 1-for-1. We do anything else, it's effectively a 2-for-1, presumably Lindy or better. But now plan B might just have to be in effect. So Another Harbinger and Foretell something like Onslaught so that next turn we have a plan. So I'm going to do this and Foretell Onslaught. Try to survive the turn and find a snow land. We can just start pillaring the U. That would be good. We got 4 snow lands. One of them enters tapped though. We got stuck on land too long to win this one, I think, but Magic being magic.
Where are we going? To Neverland. Neverland. Neverland.
Neverland.
Oh, Neverland.
Yeah, I mean, we could play Valk for cheap, but we can't cast both Raven and Valk. We can't even cast both Valk and Onslaught, so we're looking at Raven with Onslaught. But I'm going to move on. We can't win this with the Saga about to give counters. We just don't have the oomph. We're dead. Try not to early scoop, but I don't think we had outs. Stuck too long. Rough to get some bad luck, I suppose, but feels worse when I openly punt and know that I coulda, shoulda. All right. Oppo on the play. We got a bind for early defense. Behold, Raven. We're going to keep this. If we don't draw another land, we're probably going to have to do the Behold, even though, as we learned from LR... Okay, we found a land, so now I'm more inclined to foretell the Raven. Or we can just bind the Priest. But with we can do that next turn anyway. We can foretell the Raven now and potentially bind and cast Raven next turn. Oh, I've had my share of fits in response to bad luck too. I'm not immune to that, but I try to let that stuff go because I can't control it, right? Let's worry about what we cannot control. Or worry about what we can control, not what we cannot. Scurry. Always scary. We get a Giant's Amulet, we can start threatening to block lands. And if they want to do that in the meantime, it's not the worst. Let's go... I like the original plan here of Raven with the bind on the Priest. No, I don't think it would be unplayable. It wouldn't be unplayable. Obviously, it wouldn't be as good, but it would not be unplayable. So Warning can come down eventually, but right now I think we just want the Pillar with... Oh, nope, nope, nope. That's not what we're doing there. No, no, no. They might start going for Snowland attacks now, but we at least have 1 foot up on the race. And we make a chump. Gain some life. I'm looking for one divine hammer. All right, we've made it to 5 land. That means we could play Amulet, but we, in that case, would not have the ability to tap anything down. We can go Mistwalker and have Pillar Mana. We can go Raven's Warning and have Pillar Mana. We can also just Behold and have Pillar Mana, or we can tap out for the Amulet. If they don't have anything else, tapping out for the Amulet's pretty darn good. I think we can take a hit from even the 5-1 and then be back under control for the next turn with Behold plus tap. I think I'm down for that. Let's do that. That's true. We only have the one white source that is our only snow source, so got to keep that in mind. Thanks, Brian. Could also leave Raven to trade for a hammer, but we don't want to do that. We're going to start tapping it, and right now hope that our 4/5 hexproof is enough. Our big fear now is frankly like a run amok. You know, run amok really gets us good to the point that I can't really play around it. I'm going to block like they don't have a pump. But Run Amok or the set's Giant Growth could be rough. Because if they do that, then they get this big smack in and we lose our defense. Okay, they're going for that. This is an expensive play. It does have trample, though. Can we beat this? We're at a virtual 21. And the trouble is they have to re-equip it every turn, which is like, this takes up their whole turn. I could just trade off here too. We would take 2, trade for their mountain, and then I guess we really, yeah, actually maybe trading here is good, right? I think I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm actually liking the offer being made here given the pillar behind. So I'm going to do this. I think this is a reasonable offer. Interesting here. Yeah, they could have done I guess they didn't want me to tap it or so. We couldn't do it then, but that's maybe what it was about there. But now we can tap in response. Gonna probably just send Raven and I think Behold, look for land and get some land going and still have pillar activation. And then yeah. So I think we gotta swing in, gotta apply pressure. And maybe we can, again, win on, like, because they're really on a 2-turn clock with Raven getting them to 8 and then Onslaught finishing the deal. So let's assume they're on a 2-turn clock here, and then I think we can handle this. I'm going to drop the Mistwalker, actually. We have one of those. I want some more land to build out our abilities. So let's keep that Plains and see what else is on top. All right, we'll do another snow-covered Plains, and then we have extra pillory stuff. So they hit us hard, and this is quasi-lethal, but we do get some life off of this. Ooh, and another Snowland. So we basically have the ability now to go... So with 7 mana, 6 with this, we can go Raven's Warning, Mistwalker, tap, and be really set up to win on Onslaught next turn. So that's the plan. Artifact or creature, it has hexproof. That's one of the reasons this card is so good. Hexproof says, no, you can't. But we're going to throw Mistwalker in front of the Trampley land. Tap down the other one. Rob, learning what the collar does here. Late in the format. Now, what are they going to do here? Interesting. Bergie. Tap down Raven. Puts us off a couple of turns. If they leave the Raven alone... Man. Maybe we can still win on Mistwalker, though. Let's see. Pump. 3 mana plus 2 pumps. Yeah, we can still get there on Mistwalker, right? I was distracted and didn't tap this down. Should I chump? I'm going to say... Let's see. We can't lose to anything here, so let's just say no. I think we actually have this. So we'll just take this, and we'll tap something else before we untap. Doesn't really matter. That's a good point. I'll do it now. I'll do it now before we do it again. Good point. Playing around Frostbite, as Rob points out. Well, the Onslaught was a tough pick, as I recall. There was a lot of good stuff in the Onslaught pack, but we had many Ravens at the time, and it just felt like 8 damage in the air is gonna close out some games out of nowhere, and there you go. You want a reading meme for Rob? Now, wait, when somebody else will misread, probably me. I'll wait. No white yet, but Raven, Bind, and Behold make this an easy keep for me. We even have the Snowland for our splashed pillar. Probably Beholding on 2, or not, Foretelling, Raven on 2, and then Binding something and Ravening on 3. Use all our mana. Any land gets us Behold on 4. But I'll take the Plains, that's good to see. Rune of Sustenance on a 3/3 flyer can do a lot of work in the format. And nothing to bind here, so is there an alternative we want to do? Not really. Just gonna still, unfortunately, make the Raven and lose a mana. You know, we're not gonna use a mana this turn. But good news, we didn't need a bind, right? Oppo is not doing very much so that we have didn't even need our bind. Maskwood Nexus is scary but slow, and if they don't get up in the air, we should be okay, but we'll see if they manage that. Bind the monster doesn't allow us to bind artifacts, unfortunately. We could go Harbinger, Foretell, Behold. Yeah, we could go double Foretell. I kind of just like Harbinger single Foretell if we're going to do that, though. Get some extra mana going for Behold. So that's my plan. Bergstrider tapping down Nexus could be good to keep that from doing work, especially since they're not investing in it right now. Although maybe that's a reason to not bother right now. Here, I like using up our bind, and, well, we could do both, really. We could bind and... No, we can't, because the Harbinger doesn't produce... neither bind nor Bergy can do Harbinger. So we probably need to Behold. Behold, since we can do it with the mana and see where we're at, and then decide. Ooh, good scry. We don't need those. Play another Snowland. And then I do like... You know, we can lifelink the bird and foretell the other Raven. Or we can again bind the Seeker, but I almost don't mind if they want to spend their turn boasting to look for land. I'm going to start with this attack at the very least. But yeah, you can make a case for binding this thing. But I also like just getting our Air Force going. Air Force, in effect, plus Bergstrider should make the ground stuff, the impressive-looking ground stuff, Oppo doing moot. So this puts them on needing to deal with the air. If they can't deal with the air, we should get there. And I like putting Oppo into that kind of situation. Could tap down this artifact to keep him off mana, tap down the Seeker. Probably just tap down the Seeker and Raven. Well, because I like getting the rune on this Raven and drawing a card. The temptation of drawing a card maybe was what we want, what got me to do that. But yeah, we're gonna play Raven here. I'm gonna start with an attack, though. We can even, can we send this? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if we use this for something like Onslaught. It's the only thing we can cast with it, though, unless we want to foretell it. But then that goes Foretell and Bergstrider. So let's do that. Meaning Raven, not Harbinger. Or, sorry, yeah, we can just go... yeah, we'll do that. You're right. Let's just plan... I'll stick with the plan of Air Force winning, right? That's been the idea so far anyway, is that we're going to do that. So we can go Foretell the Onslaught. And I like binding the Seeker. Although maybe we just bind the ring. And then if they want to attack with Seeker and boast it, we'd be happy with that. Really, Hodge? I don't think this is a great deck by any stretch. I mean, I don't know. Variants could easily two win us or whatever, but I think it has decent tools in this format. I mean, the density of flyers is just a plan in this format against a lot of decks. And throwing in a little lifelink to win the race. This means we don't have it next turn. And makes me regret the bind, of course. So I think what they probably do is keep our life-linked Raven back to block this one, so then we save Bergie to tap this down and get through for the win after that. I think we're still okay. But that was not the best. Yeah, we can just Bergie it now, too. And play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 total if we... But we can't onslaught, so really 7 is where we're at. Yeah, I think we can just go Raven now and Berg next turn, right? That's where I'm at. Huh. Yeah, but you think they're going to attack? You think we go Raven, Raven, and their plan is going to be attack? I don't think so. And if so, we have Onslaught to first strike it, you know? So I'm going to go with the mess up their plan to block. And we can even send this. Why not? I mean, let's say they do attack and they get back to 10. We still have it on the crackback, right? We win without Bergie here. Assuming the Harbinger cracks in. Ah, all right. Well, they are going... We're going to make an alternate play here and still try to win long game through the air. What is Chapter 3? Yeah, that's all right. So now we have a longer game to win, but I still think we'll get there. We just have to onslaught to make this a trade. Unfortunately, as a 5/5, it is a trade and not a win, despite the double strike. Ooh, I don't like that there's a pause, but okay, good. Do we get this? Not how we wanted to close this game out, not how we wanted to use that onslaught, but now we do have a clock in the air and a Bergie to help support it. Wow, are we going to lose control of this one? I blame Hodge, who was like, oh, it looks like you got this one. This is all Hodge's fault. Coming back on the back of a couple of, let's not call them crappy, let's call them hard to use sagas. Yeah, Hodge, give me a break. That is not even fair. Look at the powers I have. Punted hard. I came up with a line that made perfect sense, and Oppo had unexpected things. You punted hard by calling me punting hard. Now, what are they looking to get with this? A Hackmate and a Mistwalker. Interesting. Apparently, Hodge thinks any line that's not his is a punt. Thanks, D. Hodge needed some company in the corner. Are we just supposed to play this thing? Or are we supposed to save it for the Mistwalker? I think probably save it for the Mistwalker. But then they just get it back eventually. I don't know. My line was entirely valid, true. It was entirely valid. They needed a sequence of things. They freaking got us with Trickster God's Heist and King Harold's Revenge. Fine, I didn't play around freaking King Harold's Revenge. Back off. Sorry. A little sensitive. I'm not snapping at you, True. I'm snapping at Hodge and timeout still, basically. Let's... Yeah, I got card draw. I'm gonna let him... I'm gonna be cards on the table, so to speak. Yeah, they're in black. They could have Skull Raid, but we have multiple Beholding. I mean, we might have used one, I think. But we have another Behold. That's for you, Smooth. We got this, Lindy. Land.
Oh, here comes the flood.
Let's see. We are at... I'm kind of following chat's... commentary here. We send flyer. And then we are waiting. Well, I keep playing lands, but now even if we draw a Behold, we can cast whatever we draw. So I'm going to hold the Sinkhole. Now we got to decide whether we're trying to win this battle on the ground or just take this and... because this gives us an attack with Bergie. I'm inclined to take the one, although they can make Maskwood Nexus tokens forever. I'm going to take it once, though. Yeah, I mean, we have lots of chumps, but we don't need to chump right now, so I'm not gonna. And there you go. That's, maybe they had a sacrifice. We gotta watch that now, because if this dies, that was almost gonna be a 3 dead. Mistwalker is okay here because at least it can get through this Mistwalker, right? It threatens this one. So I'm gonna play this. Going to maybe I let them trade their Mistwalker for the Raven. See if they want to do that. I think we send in the Raven because they might go for a trade, which would be good for us given the Mistwalker follow. Let's give them a chance to trade. They said no. Why send the 1/1? I mean, that's just an eat, because you'd take the 3 damage if they wanted it. Yeah, I don't know if I want to give up the 1/1 for 3 damage there, but maybe. Maybe I was supposed to. I like that test next turn for sure. I mean, then they can't not block, or else they're just dead. Yeah, next turn we're sending all 3. That's what I just said. I don't think we have time. I could have mentioned that, like, that I played the Mistwalker instead of trying to double spell, but we want to, we're planning on attacking with this right away. If we weren't going to attack or block with the Mistwalker right away, then yeah, we should wait. So now I just like throwing some chumps. Now we'll just toss the Harbinger under the bus rather than try and trade. Yeah, pillar. Wouldn't mind a pillar off the top. All right. Their draw was better than ours. I mean, we have that pillar. The trouble is now it's not an out to the situation. That basically cost us. But I'm going to foretell this. Maybe we 2-spell next turn. But I think we've lost now. Man, we actually have the card to beat the Predator. It's just not in our hand. Trouble is, if we draw it, we stop the Predator, but we don't get through the Mistwalker. I guess we can still threaten Mistwalker on Mistwalker, so we still want that draw. But bind would be good too. Interesting. Can we survive and crack back? In order to crack back for a win, we need to send Mistwalker as a 4. We basically need all these flyers, and I don't think we have the blocks to live. But let's see. If we try, we put Mistwalker on the Rune Eyes. We put Spirit on the Lindy for the Chump. We put Bergie on the Packmate. What does that leave us? 4, 5, 6. Yeah, see, that's 2 dead. We can Chump here. And then we get 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're just dead up here. This is 5, 6, 7. So I have to do this too. But then if they pump, we actually trade there. I think we got to do these blocks, but I don't love where this puts us chance-wise. I think we're losing here. Yeah, I mean, maybe there was a little bit better blocks here, but my assumption is that we're done. We already used, unfortunately, the oh, I guess they exiled it. This thing could have gotten us a surprise win, but we've already used it. Well, mostly dead. All right, now super. Sure. Trouble is, Pillar doesn't even get us there. So now we'll draw it. Here's the bind. Now, the time-traveling supercomputer may say that my line was not the optimal one, but to call it a massive punt is a massive lie. We came up with a line, it had perfectly good reasons, and it didn't work out. Well, Queen, there's a reason I don't end up here much, but the table kind of put us here today. While it's not what you're trying to do, you're not like, how can I maneuver my way into sweet, sweet blue-white? I agree with you there. But it is also not, oh my god, if you end up in blue-white, if it's wide open and you end up in blue-white, it's still a disaster. I don't think it's a disaster. It's just not where you're looking to be in the format. This is a keep, though. Start on the plains. With Raven and Oracle, I'm inclined to Harbinger and double Foretell on 3. Although Story Seeker from Oppo suggests aggro to the point that we could go ahead and play a Story Seeker, go into Mistwalker, and then do some... I don't know, I still kind of like setting up. but I do like offering a trade. If they go pick, though, we're in pretty bad shape. Yeah, I guess we offer Seeker. I'm just afraid that if they have a well-built white aggro deck that we're going to see equipment that gets it through here, but that's if they got a perfect draw. Maybe they won't get a perfect draw. We'll offer the trade. Okay, okay, okay. Well, now I kind of like... what do we do here? We can just go Mistwalker, or we can start setting up for next turn, Harbinger, Foretelling, that kind of thing. Even just play Doomscar Oracle and set up for next turn, but yeah, it's probably just Oracle or Mistwalker, but Mistwalker is the least flexible, so we'll do that. You're foretelling a lot of stuff here. We can go... We have 4 mana. What about Doomscar Bind? And then I like holding down the cavalry here, and we get some life out of it. I'm gonna do that. Well, big feller. I'm gonna take that. Gentlemen. So, got a lot we can do here. We can go Harbinger, Harbinger, and then next turn, Behold and Foretell Raven. I like Harbinger, Harbinger for the 2 spell. Gives us some life, gives us an attack, and gives us a lot to do next turn. So that's what I'm going to do. Mainly because we can do all 6. We can hard cast a Raven and Foretell the Behold. Rob likes the immediate pressure. Totally fair, but we're somewhat managing a race, in which case, you know, doing that had some worth. Giant Amulet, a little short for us here. Yeah, we could now with the Amulet, we could justify Behold Hardcast for sure. But now that they're pretty big on the ground, we can go Raven, Foretell, and then try to actually hold the ground with Mistwalker plus Doomscar on these 4/4s. Becomes a 1-for-1. Yeah, double Foretell does let us keep these Harbingers up, and we could send in the Mistwalker. That's an interesting thought. So, given that, yeah, actually I like that. I'm going to send in the Mistwalker, and I'm going to double Foretell, and be willing to offer a double block on the ground. Although we could play the Raven and offer that double block too, or just get Kraken in the air, as Rob suggests, maybe chump on the ground. Yeah, that's true. It's a good point, Rob. I like that. Very well put. We can We can double foretell because the Harbingers let us cast the Behold next turn. So now I'm sold on that line. Yeah, good call. Hello. Oppo, do you know we're 2 and 2? Did you find the wrong... I think you found the wrong place. I think you are supposed to be in a different queue. This card's dumb, and we're probably going to lose to it. Oh well. Oh well. Definitely got to try and trade for something here. Let's see, what do we see that they have? No mana to cast any of this stuff currently. And I suppose which of these doesn't matter all that much, but we're going to try this. I still had a Demon Bolt. Okay, well, we're going to do this. And, oh, Pillar, I think we want both of these. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to get there or not, but this is a start.
Behold! Behold! Whoa! Hell yes, whoa!
Pillar, tapping something. I could, yeah, I'm just going to attack with both of these. Unless I want to chump. I don't know, are we chumping yet? Maybe I'm supposed to be chumping. This is all pretty rough on us, huh? So, I will send the Mistwalker. Actually, I think with the Demon Bolt, I need 2 blockers, potentially. Are we tapping one? And then we've got a dead blocker, a Breakneck Berserker, and one of these getting through. And kind of, we lose if we chump, and we lose if we don't chump. But I'll send this. Yeah, we're taking 8, and we're probably just dead. Or more. Like, 8 is the minimum. Yeah, Rob and I at least. At least. Should be 9, actually, because they cast Breakneck and kill something. Oh, I guess we tap down this. All right, well, now it depends on where they put this. All right, so we do this. This. Well, they give us a chump at least, if we want it. Do we want it? We can go to 3. Going to 3 doesn't seem right, so we'll take a chump. Raven can 1-for-1 block here for now. If these are 3 lands and land on top, we got this. Amulet we could cast, but it doesn't do anything. We're just dead. How are our chances? We got this? I think we got this. I didn't even bother tapping because we're just beyond dead. All right. Well, we thought the deck was doing okay. We were on the precipice of 3-2, and instead out with minimal gems. Well, we didn't like the color pair. I thought the deck was okay, but that's not super surprising. But we also had some rough luck and really some rough opposing cards. You know, to be facing bomb-laden decks in the two loss bracket is it's a little tough. Now, I'm not going to be drafting again today. It's my birthday, by the way, and I am going to take off as early as I can and go enjoy a mellow birthday. But I can do some AMAs. First, though, we'll say goodbye to our YouTube friends. Thanks for hanging out for that one. Sorry we couldn't get you some more wins, but appreciate you hanging out. We'll see you in the next one.